upload this as well to the e-learning. For those who have missed the class or you want to rewatch this class, hopefully you don't fall asleep or use it as a tool to sleep, all right? Then you can do so, all right? I will upload this to the e-learning as well for you to have a comprehensive materials before your final exam, all right? So here we are in the final level of this paper, which is the analysis and development of accounting information system. So over here, if you can see, just take my pen. All right, it's over here. Forgot. Okay, over here is about the accounting information system. All right, you have already gone through this subject. You have learned this subject before, right? In your second year. Am I right? Okay. Or depends on your program. All right. Some people you have arranged it according to your preference, right? So somehow you have already gone through this AIS, and by right you should have some idea what is AIS. Hopefully, it didn't give you any nightmare about this subject. All right. AIS is simply, in simple English, we talk about the, what do we have? Data. I heard someone say about data. We have the data. We have what some more? What about? What is AIS? When we think about AIS, your friends say about data, that's good. All right, give yourself, who is the one? Azam. Azam, right? Azam, very good, all right? At least still inside, you are still here. This is 11 o'clock, right? 11 o'clock class, so should be okay. What is AIS? Then we need to think about the definition. We need to think back about the component, right? The build up, what is an AIS, all right? Think about, first, look at the word itself, accounting information system. We got the information system and we add in the accounting, simple as that, right? Layman term, down the text over here, straight away we know that it's about information system and it is related to accounting. And then if you want to deep dive further into what is AIS, we got the component of AIS, right? AIS build up of data. We got what some more? We got data and then we got the, what is the core? Actually, these 6 components are the core of AIS, right? If you have learned it, if you don't have to learn it as well, if you have an imagination, right? If you can imagine how a company would record their accounting information, right? We start from there, right? Then we will start with the person themselves, right? So there we have over here the people. Am I right? The people itself. Then we got the data. Then what to do with the data? We got the process. Is it correct? Is that coming back to your mind now? Is this subject coming back to your mind now? We got the process, right? But if we have people, data, process, we need what some more? Software. We need the software, correct? Excellent. You are Aisha, right? No Aisha, is it no Aisha? Correct. Aisha only. Anisha, right? Anisha, yeah, I met her also in the intern. The software. Then what do we have some more? Software over here we can say the system lah, right? The system, the accounting software or whatever software we want to put here. Never mind. Just put the software as general. What's some more?
Database.
Yeah. Database under here. Database. Correct. It is software with database. What some more we have? Of course, we need the physical component itself, right? The physical component, the physical hardware, which is the IT infrastructure. All right, this is 180. All right, ACW 180. All right, supposed to be focusing on this. All right, if you remember that. Actually, all of them, the process over here is ACW482-Week. You talk about the process, right? You talk about the software. You also talk about the software in 180, all right? So what we are doing over here is we are putting up the puzzle, all right? You're putting up the puzzle, what you have been learning so far, right? Just a prologue, all right? The introduction before we go into the main dish, all right? What's some more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, there's one more, which is the thing is like this, all right? If you have a good software, you have a good system, you have a good data, you got a good IT infrastructure, you got someone there to do the processing, right? What is the key, the next key?
Output or result.
Again?
Output or result. Output or result.
Output or result. All right, output or result. So we got the data, which is the input, right? IPO. Remember this one? Input, process, output. All right, this is where you learned together with the process and the data. Can you see them? Is it clear? Okay. All right. There's one more thing. All right. Well, there's one more thing that you learn also in this subject, especially in ACW482-Week. When you learn the process, you know what I'm talking about, not? You know what I'm talking about? Am I saying the correct English to you? Sometimes, you know, it's like talking to computer. You need to have a special language. They don't understand English, the native English, unless you talk to Gen AI lah. Right? You talk to Gen AI, then they understand your natural processing English. But if you talk to computer itself, you need to have a correct code. So am I talking to you the same English? Are you all at the back there okay? Are you all with me? Good, huh? The most important, if you have everything good, everything set up, one thing missing, everything will collapse. What is it? Okay, this one is like this, you know, all right? So in your life, all right, you come out, your 4th year, you say, okay, this semester, I want to score everything A, right? You have your plan, you have your target, you have your process, you have your data, you have your software, you have your infrastructure, everything ready. Okay? But throughout the time, down the road, something happened, all right? There's an unexpected thing. All right, yeah. What's your name? Fatul. You say?
Security.
Fatul says security. Almost there. Security, before we need security, what is the thing? What will come with security? What comes with security? Remember yourself, right? You have your plan, your schedule, everything. But if you don't have the, what do we call this? What is this? Control, yes. All right. Control. All right, there's the risk and control. All right, it's the most important. All right. Remember yourself, you have your everything set up, clear path, your system, everything working. You're so happy, invested 1 million on the software. You have your company running, everything ready. but you got no control. That's it, do. Alright? Why do we need this software? Why do we need this AIS? Why do we need this? Alright, over here, let me just say, why do we need this AIS? Of course, the number one answer is not to pass your exam. Number one answer in a company, in a business, you want to have a system is to make sure that your business goes smoothly, right? And there's a keyword over here, which is being efficient. I got someone over there. What's your name? Yeah. Yes. Payan say efficient, right? Yeah, efficient. Is it? Oh, you're the one. I'm sorry. All right. What is your name? Saira. All right. Saira say efficient and effective. All right. That is our goal. Remember, later when we talk about analysis, when we talk about development, our goal always go back into this one. All right. The efficient and effective. All right, you want to make sure that it is efficient and effective. When you do your analysis, when you do your development, when you do your planning, always come back to this one. So, knowing all of this, all right, these are the, I'll say the start idea of this AIS all along. All right. Not only we can begin to do the analysis, all right? Analysis, all right? We want to analyze the AIS. AIS in what? In terms of all of these components, all right? We want to analyze all of these things. Because if you don't know what to analyze, what's the point of analyzing, right? So these are all the basic components, which I'm gonna go through with you. We have time, right? Today. Very simple, all right? Just a basic, just to spark your mind back, you know? It's like the engine in your brain, right? I want to spark the starter, you know? I want to try to start the engine in your brain, all right? So we start the engine. Hopefully, if you remember them, all right? We will do the analysis, all right, of this AIS. And at the same time, in this subject, we will do the development. All right, it's in black. All right, all of you don't like development, is it? Don't know yet, right? Don't know yet. I'll come to that in a bit. All right, later. So over here you can see we have the example of the process. Let me just draw this process down over here. We can say that process, what you have learned is the business process cycle, all right? And later, I will introduce to you again, all right, what type of business process cycle in a company looks like, all right? Just to get your brain start thinking before we jump into the real thing of this subject. This subject is very simple, as I tell you again. The chapters are very simple. I'll go through with you down here, all right? And of course, the core of this subject is not all of this thing anymore, you know. It will go back to this one, all right? SDLC, all right? We will look at it in this on the road, which is System Development Lifecycle, all right? Okay, now let me go through with you the what I have over here, the teaching plan, right? The teaching plan. So, of course, these are what is this, right? I don't have to go through you that one. But what I want to point your attention to is our learning objective, right? Our learning objective over here is very much simple, all right? Clear cut. There's 4 learning objectives. Number 1, you have to learn what I said just now, SDLC, all right? System, life, system. Is it? It is somewhere over here, right? Right. Right, system development, right, it's over here. Let me just use the highlight. Let's go back this one. All right, over here. And system flowcharts. All right, these are the first learning objective. All right, hopefully by the end of this semester. Okay, let me just do one thing.